Hi everyone. Today we are going to see about inputs and outputs of the machine learning model. As far as now we learned we learned what is machine learning and types of machine learnings and types of predictions in machine learning. But it will only predict on the when we give the input, right? So let's see some inputs. I manually created some data set. These are the I manually created data set for house price prediction, and there is in a terms we use in machine learning. That's all. These are the terms. Let's mark it as. These are the terms like beds, rooms, cars are called as independent variable or futures. We usually call it as both independent variable or an futures. And this variable, this is the variable we want to predict, right? So this variable is called as target variable or dependent variable. Because if you change some of the values in if you change some of the values in here, the targeted variable will be differ, but these variables, the 2 3 are independent to each other. That's why in- it's called as independent variable, and this is called as dependent variable. And usually the model will consider as a black box in machine learning. So let's just draw some box. This model, what we give was we give an input to the model. The model will understand the relationship between the inputs and outputs and give some output. In this data, I specifically selected numerical columns. For example, the number of beds will be 2 and number of rooms will be in numeric and number of cars will be also numeric, right? I specifically choose the I want like numerical. Some data may contains categorical also. For example, types of cars. They may use in a Lamborghini or Jaguar or Tokyo, like that cars. Based on the cars, also the price may varies. But I didn't choose that here. This is how the flow will works. We give the input to the model will train and understand the relationship between input and output and make the prediction. It's called as output. As I said, the prediction will be both regressions or maybe in a categorical value. In this case, it will be the categorical value, the price of the output. We usually remove this label, the beds, rooms, cars, prices during the training because the machine learning only understand data and all the each data have a same weight. It doesn't give in a different weight to in a each column. They say like all the data are equal, and using these three variable it will predict this variable price of the model. And this is the input and output of an machine learning model. And for example, if you have a categorical data, let's say we can remove this number of cars to types of cars. Let's erase it. Let's say Lamborghini, and this is Jaguar and Tokyo. Sorry, this is Lamborghini and Jaguar. For these types of data, we can't simply pass this value to model. We need to convert this label into some numerical representation because the machine learning model only understands the numeric data. We somehow convert this data into a numerical representation. We saw that process in later in this video, sorry, in this tutorial, and that's it. This is how the basic, basically how it works. But the real flow will be, we first collect the data or inputs, and we train the model, and we give some new inputs to the model to make predict. Give the new inputs to the model, and the model will predict the output. This is how the flow will works, and that's it. Let's see you on the next video.